Alright, guys, I hope everyone had a tremendous holiday, Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever you might celebrate. I hope it was outstanding for you. People always ask, what is it that, because you're a Lego collector, Star Wars collector, what is it that people buy you? And honestly, if you were to look at it at face value, you would think that you were purchasing the gifts that are bought for me. You would think you were buying them for a 10-year-old boy. I am, talked about many, many times, I am the ultimate nerd. Holidays are kind of a tough time, though, in our house because we have two December birthdays and Christmas time. And so December around here can get pretty darn expensive. My birthday is December 16th. 9 days later, we celebrate Christmas. My daughter's birthday is a week before mine. She just turned 14, so as you can imagine, that makes a little bit expensive. So, one of the things that I was bought this year, because I do collect G.I. Joe, picked up this. You can see it. Try not to do a lot of reflections, but let me... Hold up. I'm going to flip. There we go. Now we're looking at stuff correctly. This is the 60th anniversary G.I. Joe. This is the Sniper. Cool about this one, it has the ghillie suit in it. So we're going to open it up, take a look at it. You probably hear in the background is my 3D printer printing. I print my own stands. I'll show you what those look like. But the other item we're going to open is the Cobra Dreadnought Torch. So if you're not familiar with G.I. Joe, the Dreadnoughts and all of that, very simply, the Dreadnoughts were the henchmen for Zartan. They were awesome when they first came out. Zartan is the G.I. Joe that changes his fate, can disguise himself, and all of that. So the Classified series came out with some of the 6-inch variants of the Dreadnoughts. I have a few. I don't have all of them yet, but decided to I actually picked this one up today. So this is something I purchased. This was a Christmas gift. And then we have one more item that was a Christmas gift that I'm trying to figure out how to transform. Still working on it, but it is this, which is Sergeant Slaughter's vehicle, but it transforms into a transformer. So once I get that figured out and I can do that without fault, I will show you what that looks like. Now, the cool thing that came with that was these two items that I'm thinking about not opening and just putting them into a package, but we have Leatherneck, and it is unpunched, as you see at the top. It's a little bit of a lesser package than what you would normally find in the stores, because this was inside of the box with the Transformer, but also a Sergeant Slaughter. So I don't know if I'm going to open these up yet or not, but I have those kind of off to the side. Some of the other stuff, I do collect He-Man. You've probably seen some of the videos. So we ended up picking up the cartoon collection version of Evil Lyn. I will be opening up this and adding it to the collection. Also ended up getting the Shriek Hawk from Mandalorian. As you see behind me, I am a fan of helmeted figures. Boba Fett is one of my favorites. Cad Bane is the ultimate favorite of mine, but Boba Fett is up there. But I'm also a fan of a lot of the helmeted figures. So that will be one that I will be unboxing at some point soon. And for the first time in a while, I ended up getting a full-size helmet. I haven't received one of these in about 2 years. So I'm excited to unbox this one at some point and bust it out and add it to my collection. I do have several helmets. I think 8 or 9 full-size helmets. This will be probably my 10th, I believe. So that will be coming at some point. Also received, I love Mold King, the brick building company. Picked up an F1 car. That was a gift for Christmas time. And one cool one that I got on my birthday, which I'm excited to build this one. And I haven't started it yet. But it is the Dark Saber with light kit. That will be cool to build. Cannot wait to do that. And then also picked up a couple more things tonight. I picked up here. Saw this at GameStop. I couldn't resist. From New Hope. It is the Mom-Ah Nadone. I think it's the first time I've ever seen it in the 6-inch version, which is super cool. And then saw this. So this is celebrating the 40 years of Ghostbusters, but it is the 3 3/4 inch plasma pack, which I will be unboxing and reviewing at some point as well. Picked that up tonight as well. So all kinds of goodies happening around here, but we're going to get into G.I. Joe here first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go grab a couple of stands. So the stands that I like to use, I found this. It's a free 3D print file. Looks like that. The feet hook into that, and it provides a stable platform. These, out of all the stands that I've used, are some of the best designs that I've ever had for a stand. So that is super awesome. I'm glad I was able to find a print file, and now I can just print my own. I will never ever be buying stands again, which is nice because that can be expensive. So alright, so we're unboxing the Sniper 60th anniversary. I think it's just a generic. There are several heads that are available for this particular. And it does have a stand that came with it. Wow, we'll probably be using that. But the ghillie suit, I mean, come on, you gotta be kidding me. That is sick AF. Can't wait to put that on. So, accessories it comes with. Pardon the noise, but there are. So we have 2 heads that it comes with on top of the one attached to the body. Okay, so the one that you get, figure looks like that. It's got like the flowing headband on the back of it. Obviously spot for your pack on the back. And then the 2 heads you get is another in more of a jungle, kind of jungle fighting helmet, or hat, excuse me. And then we have a ponytail but masked up with headset. And I like this version, so we're going to swap out noggins and we're going to put in this one because I like this one much better. Alright, so we keep. Oh, so you could choose. I didn't realize this. So you could choose whatever like head you want to do. Remove the hair. I know it looks like super weird and scary looking, but the mask or the glasses. There we go. Ponytail. Look at that. Ponytail. But she is ready to rock and roll. Alright. So you get those accessories. There is a set of hands. I'm going to use my knife. Disclaimer, please be careful if you ever use a knife to cut open packages. You don't want to cut yourself. And if you're not an adult, please have adult supervision when you do it. I got to say that so TikTok doesn't flag it as a weapon. Alright, so you have two, it looks like fingerless gloved hands. Okay, that's cool. What comes standard on it is kind of the same thing. I don't know how hard these are to change out. We're going to give it a quick whirl. I don't like changing out a lot because it is tough to do. Like some of them, I know they like make it so you could do it and the premise of it easily, but sometimes it's not as easy. The hands change out super nice, so that's good. All right. What else do we get? I need my old man specs so I can see what we got going on here. All right, so we have a regular, it looks like a Bowie knife. What do they call that? Standard Marine Corps issued knife. So it comes with that. Wow, it is extremely hard to get some of these out of the spots. So it looks like a little submachine gun that you get. Well, I went flying. I'll have to retrieve that. So you have a handgun with silencer. Now they're not, these are all green. They're not, there's no particular paint job to them. I don't know how exciting that necessarily is. So the guns are green, the knife is green, and there's no blade color. It looks like the sniper rifle does have some black to it. Looks like just a little bit of camo on it, but that's what that looks like. You can see that there. Looks like we have a green silencer for the sniper rifle. When you're a sniper, very important. And then it looks like we have, it's either a like cell phone from the early 80s or a radio, one of the two. So that's going to go somewhere on the subject. Alright, no G.I. Joe markings on the figure itself. So it kind of reminds me of, you know, one of those, like, when they did remakes of the original, like G.I. Joes, when they did the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, Coast Guard. But they did just, it was generically done. It's kind of like that. Alright, so you have a rifle case that actually have cutouts that do fit the items, and that's actually pretty neat. So it looks like you could remove the tripod there, or bipod, this one would be. Fits snugly in there. That's actually pretty cool. You can take off the scope, which is nice, like that. So the rifle itself, so you have to take the scope off to get the rifle to fit. It just pops right in there. There's a spot for the scope. I don't think I've ever actually put the items away in the gun case before. But look at that. They all fit in there. That is pretty sick. I like that. Alright, so we'll close that up. So as most of the time, a sniper will have a rucksack, which we will put on her. Oh, this one is not wanting to fit on there. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a little fun with this. We're going to do the ghillie suit. But I want to get... Okay. So radio fits cell phone, radio, whatever it is supposed to be. Fits on the left side of her gear, just right there. The handgun, which you do without silencer. That's kind of how they're done in real life. So that fits right on in there. Alright. Usually the backpack will carry a few things. So I'm trying to see if there's any notched for like the knife and stuff. Usually there's... I don't see a spot for her knife though. That's a little disconcerting. Alright, so we have a little submachine gun. So that looks like it fits right on the one side of the backpack. Well, I think in this instance, we're just going to leave the silenced. Yeah, she doesn't even have a sheath on her, like, feet area, which is weird. Alright, hold on. Let's see. Does the backpack fit on... Backpack does kind of fit on the gun case, so let's take a look at the ghillie suit, though. That was the most exciting part of this thing. In my opinion. I don't think I've ever had a ghillie suited figure before. That is pretty cool. Look at that. Ghillie suited sniper. That is pretty awesome. Is there a hole in the back of this thing for the backpack? Does not look like it. So, alright, we're going to leave the backpack off just for cosmetic purposes. Love the attention to detail. Super great. We're going to try out the stand, make sure it fits her well. Looks like it will. Oh yeah, nice. One thing you always got to make sure is that the pegs are the right size for... Look at that. That is pretty dope right there. That is the ghillie suited sniper with all the accoutrement attachments that go along with it. So that is a super awesome figure. I wish it had like an ID card and name like a lot of the other G.I. Joes do, but that's okay. Alright, next we're going to do the Dreadnought Torch. These guys were super cool back in the day. So Dreadnoughts were really big with, you know, G.I. Joe was very military, very traditional. The Joes were always yes sir, no sir. And even in Cobra, right, a lot of them still followed military protocol to a T. The Dreadnoughts come in, and Zartan comes in, and they didn't follow protocol at all. They were foul-mouthed, did not dress like they were military members, which is nice. It kind of was a breath of fresh air. I think that's why they became really popular back in the day. Packaging is difficult though. Holy cripes. Yeah, so Dreadnoughts back in the day were, I think they were liked just because they were not the status quo. And originally there were 3. And then a kind of sister cousin was introduced to the group. I'm not sure how many came out like in the years that G.I. Joe kind of fluttered for a bit and it was a little bit off. But this is one of the original characters. And I am super stoked to have it. That is super cool. Torch. Very biker-like, right? Definitely a guy you would not want to encounter in a bar fight, I think. Standard sidearm guns. But as you can imagine by the name Torch, what do you think he's going to have? Just take a guess. What would a torch occupy? That's right. He would do the flamethrower. So he is Cobra's answer to barbecue. So there you go. There's his gas tank. He's got little reindeer front. You have flame effects that you can attach. This one here is definitely the look of throwing the flame across. Like, I love that. That is sick right there. The hose is flexible, which is really nice, so you won't have to fight it, which is good, because a lot of times with these figures, that is a problem. You're probably going to have to get two hands, you know. It's going to be hard, I think, because you're going to have to try to get two hands on the flamethrower. Let's see if we can do that real quick. So I think, so I'm right-handed, so my right hand would be my, like, trigger finger hand. So we're going to make it that way with him. Alright, so let's reposition the hose here. Oh, that's awesome right there. Look at that. There we go. Dreadnought throwing with the torch. Liking that. And then with the 3D printed stand. Fits the foot pretty well. And the nice part is it's a flat base. I don't know if you guys can see it in the camera. But with the flat base, you could position the feet just nice, and you know, it is fairly stable. That's why I love these type of stands. So both items, both figures are awesome. I would recommend it to anybody who is a Joe collector. There's nothing like the ghillie suit. That is super awesome. And then, of course, being a fan of the Dreadnoughts, you got to go after Torch. There's others that you can get. There's, I think, a total of 6 altogether, including the female cousin, sister, whoever she was. I don't remember. I kind of got out of the G.I. Joe game around the time that they were really starting to develop as characters. So anyway, all right, guys, so that is the G.I. Joe and kind of a little bit of the haul at Christmas time. You're going to want to stay tuned. We're going to be unboxing. We're going to be reviewing helmets, other figures, all kinds of goodies. So you're going to want to stay tuned for all that.